It's uh it's been 3 hours. It's been 3 hours since I watched the new Spider-Man movie. And don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but cause my I'm gonna do a review for it, but I still need some time to process everything. But all I'm gonna say is this movie has made me proud to be a Spider-Man fan. Enough said. Go see this movie. What's the biz, everybody? It's your boy Baker Maker, aka D. Ensley, and I'm here to give you some true shit. Well, I'm doing it. It took 8 months, but I'm actually doing this. To be fair, I had already did a written review over the movie and posted it on my Facebook and Instagram page, but I had told myself that I would do a whole video of me giving my full thoughts on No Way Home. But I kept finding myself getting distracted by other things, and because of that, I sometimes forgot about even doing this video. As of this recording, this month marks the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man since his creation. He was created by two legends, one a written editor known as Stan Lee, and the other being the artist, Steve Ditko. Since then, the web-slinger has gone on to become arguably not only the most popular character in Marvel Comics, but the third most popular character in all of comics, only behind Superman and Batman. So I thought what better way to celebrate this occasion with finally doing my review on the latest live-action Spidey film. Granted, it is. I am posting this like literally on the last day of August, but hey, yeah, better late than never, I guess, huh? Throughout the 8 months since I first watched No Way Home, I've been trying to process everything I witnessed that night. I still remember the feeling I had, the raw emotions. I can honestly say it's been a long ass time since a movie has brought these emotions out of me. Yes, I loved James Gunn's Suicide Squad film, and seeing Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn kicking ass is always a treat, but this right here was different. This was special. I'll always love Harley, don't get me wrong, but Spider-Man will always be my number one comic book character. Watching No Way Home reminded me why I'm such a huge Spidey fan in the first place. The villains, with the exception of two, Sandman and Lizard, were awesome. I'm still amazed with the fact that we got to see William Dafoe's Green Goblin from 2002 Spider-Man interacting with Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus from 2004's Spider-Man 2. Both iconic characters from Sam Raimi's Spider-Verse. But both characters doing their first appearance in the film got a huge applause from the audience. I'm actually among the minority who actually liked James Fox's Electro from 2014's The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and didn't mind him being blue. So I'm glad he came back, and he's got a redesign that's more faithful to his comic book counterpart. It's yellow, which in my opinion is definitely an upgrade. While admittedly he was mostly playing himself in this movie, I still think the movie did a great job at selling the idea that Fox's character is obsessed with the power he has, and why he wouldn't want to go back to what he was before he became Electro. When it comes to Spider-Man villains, I'm a general. Green Goblin has generally always been my favorite. However, up until No Way Home, if you were to ask me who my favorite Spider-Man live action movie villain was, I would have said Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. I may have not liked the Power Ranger looking suit they gave Norman in the 2002 Spider-Man film, but Defoe's campy yet menacing performance helped make me look past that. Still, I felt Molina's character had more layers to him compared to Defoe's. However, after watching No Way Home, I changed my mind, and Defoe is now number one in my eyes. Don't get me wrong, Doc Ock was great in this movie, but the standout performance among the villains had to have been the Green Goblin. I was more afraid of Defoe's Green Goblin than I ever was before. Sure, the other villains in this movie definitely gave Tom Holland's Peter trouble, but the biggest threat and the one who left the biggest impact on him had to have been Norman Osborn. Even though we did see him in that same Green Ranger suit again, it only appeared very briefly, and I'll admit it didn't look as bad as it did before. It looked all right. What they did was give him a second costume to wear in this movie, and he looked way better. And it proved what I've been saying for years. William Dafoe's face alone is absolutely terrifying. And when he switches from Osborn's normal persona to his alter ego, he steals every scene he's in. I mean, for crying out loud, he killed Aunt May. Which, by the way, although I did sort of saw coming, I get why the writers did this, and the scene itself was incredible, but still, it pissed me off. Out of all the come on, guys, out of all the Aunt Mays we've had in these Spider-Man live action films, and you bastards had to kill the hot one, really? But on a serious note, regardless, it was still a really great scene, and I gotta give it to Marisa Tomei. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right in this movie. While the previous two Tom Holland Spider-Man films haven't had her do much, Tomei really showed her acting skills in this one, especially her death scene. Both her and Holland's performances in that scene felt very realistic, which made it very chilling to watch. I really do like that the MCU has made her the Uncle Ben for this version of Peter Parker. That's right, not Tony Stark / Iron Man. She even gave Peter the iconic line, "With great power, there must also come great responsibility."
I will never forget these words. With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Seeing this movie also brought me some closure. My love for Spider-Man really began when Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man came out in theaters. Then, 2004's Spider-Man 2 became my favorite Spider-Man film of all time. Unfortunately, Spider-Man 3 was a huge disappointment for me and a lot of people.
Now dig on this.
When it was announced that Spider-Man 4 was canceled, and that Sony was planning on rebooting the franchise, I initially felt it was way too early to do this. But then I saw 2012's The Amazing Spider-Man, and I really enjoyed it, especially Andrew Garfield's performance as the title character.
Yes, it's a real knife.
My weakness. It's small knives.
Just let me go.
Anything but knives!
Oh, it's so simple. That was cool.
What the hell is this?
Webbing that I developed myself. I don't think you really want to know. Come
on,
let me go. One second. Stop, get off, man. No. Come on, let me go. Stop it. That isn't funny.
It is kind of funny.
Help.
I enjoyed his performance so much that I even preferred him over Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker's / Spider-Man. Then its 2014 sequel got released. I absolutely loved it despite all the flaws it had. For me, the positives outweighed the negative. Unfortunately, not a lot of people felt the same way. While the 2012 film mostly got positive reviews from critics, it kind of became divisive among Spidey fans. However, the vast majority of people did not like the 2014 movie. I loved the on-screen chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. In fact, Emma's Gwen is still my favorite love interest in a comic book movie. She wasn't just a damsel in distress. In fact, it was shown that she was even smarter than Peter and was useful in both movies.
Jumper cables.
Jumper cables?
Yes, and copper wire.
Try. Hurry. Okay, works good.
And that is why you were number 2 at Midtown.
Rubbing it, okay.
That's why her death scene was so difficult to watch. With that said, it is one of the best death scenes in a comic book movie, and Garfield's performance in that scene really sold it for me. And while the story might have not been great, I still think The Amazing Spider-Man has the best visuals out of any Spider-Man live-action film. And Andrew's suit in that movie is my favorite Spidey suit in any live-action film as well. Then Sony had to ruin everything and fire Andrew for some bullshit reasons. After that, I had said that I was done with Sony and refused to watch any more Spider-Man movies till they finally give up the movie rights to Marvel Studios. That was until the deal between the two happened and Spider-Man was given the green light to appear in the Avengers movies. Now, Marvel didn't completely have Spider-Man, but it was close enough for me. I just hate that Andrew Garfield couldn't reprise his role in those movies. I also hate that the Amazing Spider-Man series ended incomplete. Don't get me wrong, I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but let's be real, he ain't got nothing on Andrew Garfield. So I definitely felt some closure when No Way Home brought back my favorite Spider-Man.
Hi. No. It's okay. I'm a nice guy.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Peter Parker.
That's not possible.
I'm Spider-Man.
Man, I knew about the leaks in the room and rumors, but actually seeing all three Spider-Men on the screen together felt so unreal. It was a dream come true. I consciously couldn't control myself in the theater room. I was fanboying so damn much. Oh, after the movie was over, my head was spinning. Man, again, most of us figured all three of them were gonna be in the movie, but it was so damn surreal to actually get to see it with our very own eyes. Even to this, like, I'm still in, awe in the fact that they made this actually real. This wasn't some fan-made edit you see on YouTube. The shit was real. I was freaking the fuck out. What made it more special was that the crowd in the theater were also cheering. It was such a good reaction. It felt good to be a part of the crowd. Being a part of the crowd made it so damn memorable. That's why I had to go see it in theaters. Especially the part where Andrew saved MJ and that one dude and one dude in the crowd screamed, "Hell yeah, redeem yourself," in reference to not being able to save Gwen in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm okay. Are you okay?
I lost Gwen. She was my MJ. I couldn't save her. I'll never be able to forgive myself for that.
Man, I was really emotional during that part in the movie. From the fight scene between Doc Ock and Tom Holland's Spider-Man to this fight, to his fight against Doctor Strange, to every moment the three Spider-Men shared together, it's honestly hard to pick a favorite moment from this movie for me, because there's just so many to pick. It's been a while since I felt what I felt like that night. That's why each time I do rewatch it, it's not as special as watching it for the first time, though I still love watching it regardless. Not gonna lie, these past three films have made me sort of attached to his best friend Ned Leeds and his girlfriend MJ. Granted, their attraction towards each other kind of came out of a left field in the previous film, but here I totally buy the relationship. Definite chemistry. As I mentioned in my Captain America Civil War review like a couple years back, I instantly became a fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. In just a couple of scenes in one movie, Holland managed to surpass Tobey Maguire, at least in my eyes. Sure, this was definitely the youngest version of Spidey we have ever had on the big screen, but he made up for that by capturing most of the key elements that make Spider-Man such a beloved character. I enjoyed both The Homecoming and Far From Home, but No Way Home felt the most like a Spider-Man movie out of the three movies in the Home trilogy. The first two felt like Spider-Man on training wheels, but this one actually felt like the older Sam Raimi and Mark Webb films, where he struggles and goes on even if he has to do it alone. It felt more like he's Spider-Man now, and not Spidey Spider-Boy or Iron Man Jr. He's finally his own hero, and he had the previous two Spider-Men to help him get there. That's part of the reason why I don't really rank the last two films as high as the first two Sam Raimi Spider-Man films or the Mark Webb films. With that said, looking back at the previous MCU Spider-Man films, I've always felt that that was the intention. That's why it didn't bother me much with this version of Spider-Man getting the type of support he's had from other MCU characters. In fact, others have gone on to even say that you can look look at the entire trilogy as an origin for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Seeing him at his youngest compared to the other men constantly wearing Stark technology suits, as well as sort of like training wheels, having older heroes like Iron Man as mentor figures, and having the other two Spider-Men help take that final step into adulthood, and by the end of the trilogy, transforming himself from boy to man, specifically Spider-Man. That's why I love what they did with him at the end. Now we're at the point where he's becoming the Spider-Man we're more familiar with, and that new suit of his, as well as the apartment he's in, is symbolic of that. By the way, I love how vibrant looking the suit is, and it's straight from the comics. The best part about it is that it's 100% his suit and not another Tony Stark suit. Kind of the MCU version of Smallville. When you think about it, he's put on his own suit now. It's completely normal. So he's basically starting from scratch. I consider this to be a soft reboot for the character. While Tom Holland may not be my favorite Spider-Man actor, I still think he has the potential to be the best Spider-Man once we see him reprise his role in future films as an older, stronger, and wiser crime fighter that we know that he'll become. No Way Home grossed over $1.9 billion worldwide, surpassing its predecessor as the highest-grossing film released by Sony Pictures. It's become the highest-grossing film of 2021, the sixth highest-grossing film of all time, the highest-grossing Spider-Man film, and set several other box office records, including those for films released during the COVID-19 pandemic. The film received numerous awards and nominations, including a nomination for Best Visual Effects at the Academy Awards. So, I'm really intrigued to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff and seeing how they managed to put this movie together, as well as just seeing the three Spider-Men together and all the bloopers they probably had while working, because I'm sure there's a lot. So I'll definitely be getting the Blu-ray edition soon. I honestly don't know why I haven't got it already, but it's gonna happen. Trust me. So far, I've seen this movie in theaters 3 times. The third time was actually on my birthday, and I'm about to go see it at the AMC theater a final time tomorrow. Well, at least the more fun stuff version, anyways. Yeah, apparently it's an extended cut of the film featuring 13 minutes of additional and deleted scenes that weren't even included in the Blu-ray edition. And yes, that does mean we'll get more screen time of the 3 Spider-Men together. One deleted scene that I really hope will be included in this will be is the fight between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and William Dafoe's Green Goblin, because it felt odd that we didn't get a real interaction between the two, aside from Dafoe stabbing Maguire in the back. I mean, technically that was his Green Goblin after all, not Holland's. Thanks to a credible source, I do know that the scene did indeed get filmed. So I'm crossing my fingers they chose to include it in this extended cut. I'm just excited to go see this in theaters again. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. I may even do like a separate review just discussing it. What's the biz, everybody? I just came from watching the extended edition. So it was all right. It was actually pretty good. It was fun. Like I said, it was fun being able to go back and actually see it, on the big screen and the IMAX. It wasn't an IMAX, but it was in in a really good room, in a really good sound system and everything. It was good being able to go back and relive the moment. Granted, it'll never be as great as the first night I went to go see it, but it was pretty. I don't regret coming up here. It was cool. Seeing those extra scenes, some of which were pretty much most of them were just for laughs. Really, most of what we got were we got more scenes of him at school, him doing with school, with the school and stuff like that. We even got, like I said, as average. We also got some more scenes of, believe it or not, we actually got more scenes. It wasn't too significant, but we did get a little bit more time of 3 Spider-Man interacting with each other. But and yes, there is like an end credit scene. There is an end credit scene. It's nothing too big, really, but yeah, I'd still say if you love the movie and you love going to the theater experiencing that, then I'd suggest go ahead and go see it again. Definitely. But with that said, that's it. I just want to give you guys my thoughts on the more fun stuff version, and that's it. So let's get back to the review, to the video. Also, one more thing. I just got home. One more thing. Unfortunately, there was not they did not include the Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker versus Green Goblin fight as I had hoped. I feel like that's going to be lost in the archive somewhere. I don't know. Now that I think about it, maybe that would have altered the story a little bit, altered things slightly a bit. I don't think so. I don't think it would have changed that much in the story, but it would have been cool to see regardless, But yeah. But aside from that, I still enjoyed the extended cut. Just wanted to point that out. All right, just again, going back to the video. You can go back to the video for real this time. Right. Anyways, even though I can't say this is my favorite comic book movie of all time yet, I still need more time to decide that at the moment. However, what I have concluded is that this, however, is my favorite movie experience and my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I definitely had a lot of fun putting this together. I've been, like I said, been meaning to do for the longest time now, but I'm glad I finally got it done. Happy 60th anniversary, Spider-Man. You know, I have mad respect for Superman, and Batman might be the coolest superhero, but as far as I'm concerned, Spider-Man, you'll always be number one, regardless of whichever actor they decide to portray you. You'll always be number one. My favorite superhero of all time. Now, if you enjoy this review, be sure to hit that like button. It really does help out the channel a lot. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like these, and most importantly, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified for whenever I do post these stuff. With that said, stay beast, true believers.